Okay, so now I've installed the Beltrol receiver module and ESC there in parallel, next to each other. You can see the batteries in here. I actually used hot glue to put the batteries in. I've just done a test fit and it all works okay, so now it's time to start hooking things up and see how we go. Okay, I've now connected up the ESC here to the receiver module. I haven't plugged in the receiver yet using this ribbon cable. The other thing I'm going to do is to hook up a switch. This is part of the 10-lock loco and tender kit that RCS sell, because I just find it makes the whole setup easier. What I'm going to do is actually put this here in the coal boards that actually sit in this slot here, if I can do it while looking through the camera, maybe not. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is actually put that switch in through there, like so, but I'm just going to have to cut out this bit, which I should have done earlier, but that's what happens when you're working through the installation. So you can see where the two batteries are now sitting. I've tested it all fits pretty well, so it's just a matter now of installing this switch, finding the charging jack, which is around here somewhere in my box of bits. Here we go. So that's the charging jack, and I'll probably put that towards the rear of the tender up here, buried in, where are we, the rear of the tender here. I'll probably put it in around here. That way I can plug in from underneath so it's unseen, but I can also use it then for a trail car connection if I want to do that, and we might do that later on, but perhaps I won't need a trail car so much with this one, because those 3300 milliamp hour nickel metal hydrides that I've got in here, these ones here, they should give us a fairly good run time, probably about 3 to 4 hours, depending on the draw current of that motor, but I've seen that's only about 1.5 amps. So anyway, we'll keep going and see how we go with that. Okay, now I've mounted the switch here from the 10-lock installation kit, and I've also mounted the programming push button here as well to hook on the back, and they'll both slot in into the coal board thing here, like so, and sit in there and be pretty well hidden from the side, so you shouldn't be able to see them all that clearly. And I'll put a coal load over the top of this as well, so all of this will be completely covered. Just showing you the wiring now of these two battery packs which I've hooked in series. So what that means is the positive was, let's say here, working from the positive in to this side, the negative comes out of that side, hooks onto the positive of the other side, and then comes out the negative of that side. And so what I've got left with is a positive and negative that then can go into the back of the switch that I have in that coal boards that I made earlier. The red, black and grey holes there on this switch are for the charging jack, which I haven't yet installed, but will do so shortly. Just a useful tip, when you take the power pickups away from the bogies, make sure that you put these little screws back in the hole there, if I can find it, and tighten back up. Okay, now I'm wiring up the switch here that was in the coal boards that we made before. So the key thing is to take the positive and negative out of the batteries and put them into these terminals, and then the red, black and grey from the charger plug, which is down here now. So the red, black and grey also have to go into these three. So I'll do that, hook them all up, and then we'll take power out of this side, any one of those. So as long as we take a plus and a minus from the same side, and then that comes down onto the board where it says power in right here. So we take the plus and minus into the power in board, and then we can take the plus and minus out the other end, and that will go into these two connections to go back to the loco.